Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. In this session we are going to be looking at how to make this white on white stepper card, and we're going to be focusing on using the lovely Creative Expressions Paper Cuts Collection White Christmas Edger. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to make our stepper base. So we need to grab our scoreboard and we need a piece of A4 centura pearl. So I'm using centura pearl and white stamping card to give the two sort of tones of the white and the off-white there. And this is centura, a hint of silver. So I have a little sketch here. Hopefully this is going to work and we'll get the measurements right. So we are going to start by scoring at 1 3/8. Okay, so we're going to score down here at 1 3/8. And then I'm going to mark at 2 3/4. And I'm also going to run my pull down and mark it at 2 3/4 on the other side too. We also need to mark it at 7. So I'm going to do the same here. Mark it at 7, take it away, run my pull down and then back up 7 there. Okay. I am then going to turn it round and we'll start with this way. I need to come in 1 1/4 from the edge. Okay. And we're going to run roughly up to where the 7 line is. Okay. This provides you a cutting line mostly on this bit. So pretty much to there. And then I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to put my tool in at 1 1/4, take it down. And then bring that line back up to there. Okay. So turn it back round. And I'm going to bring that line in, and that line in, this one in, and this one in. Now I also need a line at 5 5/8. So I'm going to find 5, 5 1/4, 5 5/8. I'm not going to mark there, but when I get to that line, then I'm going to press and bring it across to here. Okay, so that's our scoring done. I'll move our scoring board out of the way. Okay, so we then need to cut down this line and this line. So get my craft knife and my metal edge ruler and give it a bit whirly because I've got a fairly blunt blade. Oh, that will work. That's good. And the same here. Oh, that slipped a bit, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. That's cut. Right, okay. So now we need to do our folding. So mountain and valley. So these top two come up and this one comes up. We will sort of burnish these in a minute. These two go down and that automatically brings that one up. Okay, and then with a paper creaser, go over and burnish the fold. And you'll see you have this little bit of overhang at the bottom, which we're just going to cut away. Sorry. See how much noise I can make. Dean will be really unhappy with me. There we go. So I'm just going to cut that down. So now we have our base cut. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this piece here. So you need a piece of the stamping card, which is pretty much the same width as this part of the stepper. And then we are going to take our edger die and we're going to place it near the top. And a bit of tape to hold it down. For plates, we need base plate. Oh, cutting plate would be a better one. Cutting plate, plastic shim, and that's moved. So I'm just going to go back in and push it back. And then I'll take on the top, pass that through the Gemini. And once that's through, we're going to need to cut it down to the right length for our card. There we go. My daily workout. Okay, so here we go. There. Take off the tape. Top. Take this off. Oh, tape's got caught. There we go. Okay. So I'll just put that to one side. I will clean that die out later. Now, somewhere in all, it's still mostly in the die. You can see you do get the Christmas letters. So it is worth holding on to those, because that would be a nice little font for a sentiment on another card. So there's our edger. Now you need to just decide how high up that you want this to be. So I'm going to go roughly there. So I turn it over onto the back, sort of eyeball where I want it to be. Put a little mark on the back to show I want to cut. And I'm going to grab my trimmer. Whoa! Sorry. It's like trying to wake Dean up, I think. There we go. That's that one cut off. So that's going to sit there on our card. Excellent. So for the rest of our decoration, what I've done is I've used where they go. I've used the Nellie's Choice 3D embossing folder. I think it's called Holly Leaves and Berries, and I've run that through. I'll run it through with the centura pearl, but I have also a little bit left over from when I ran it through there with the plain white card. So on the 3D embossing folder, on these Nellie's Choice ones, I use the cutting plate, the magnetic shim, and then the plastic shim, and that gives enough pressure for that folder. Okay. Now, this is the kind of thing that if you have offcuts from other cards, it's just worth holding on to them, because I don't actually need the whole of that for this card. I only need a strip here. Okay, so we're going to cut that strip, and I'm going to have a look in my pack a bit, because I have a little bit of an offcut from before in the plain white card. So what I need to do is, I think what I'm going to do is stick that down. I don't think I cut that down far enough. Let me see. I'm faffing now. Just faffing. I'm sure you all do it when you're at home. You go, oh no, that's not right. I'm going to change that. We do it a lot as crafters, don't we? We fuss and we faff and we change our minds. So just slice a little bit more off of that so it's a bit further down. There we go. Taking samples off them almost. Okay, so I'm going to stick this on, then it's I can work around that then. It's going to be in the way. So just going to use Creative Expressions, the acrylic glue, all over this bottom bit, and then just on the bigger bits up here. Make sure it's going to be stuck down in amongst those bits of lettering, just so at least there's little bits of contact that are going to keep this adhered onto the base card. Okay, so I'm going to stick that. Oh no, I've got my grubby mitts on it. Can you see? I've got a really grubby thumbprint there. Oh dear. I'm just going to have to go with it. I think you get the idea of what I'm doing. Always clean your hands. Okay, so we're going to do these strips. Now, if you look, this is pretty much the width or the length, either way, of the enfold. And I'm just going to lie it up against the side, and I'm going to mark it. And I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to mark it. And I'm going to cut 2 complete strips. I know they're too long at the moment. That's okay. I'm going to cut the 2 strips. one and the other one there. Okay. Oh, I am just going to keep my trimmer handy for the moment. So I'm going to literally face down. Oh, face up, face down. I'm not sure that way. I'm going to shove it down in there and mark it again. And I'm going to cut it there, and I'm going to do the same there. I've got all the way down to the bottom because it doesn't actually show and it doesn't matter. So just bring that back in. That's going to be that one. And this little bit that I've just cut off, this little bit here, if I can get hold of it. Oh, it's escaping here. I'm just going to use to cut a little bit for here. Just going to snip a little bit off. I'm going to go through that. I don't need my scissors. Actually, I think I might just use my scissors on that big pair of scissors. And cut. So that's that one there. And then I'll do the same here. Cut on my line. Be my big bit. We'll go in there. On a little bit. Mark it. And then I'm going to cut it with my scissors. Okay, and we'll stick those bits on so that I don't lose them. Okay. That grubby fingerprint is annoying me, but never mind. Cover it up with something later. So that bit sticks in there. This bit will stick in there. And then this little bit on here. And this little bit on here. And then I'm going to just trim the side of this so we've got a nice straight edge on the edge of the folder. Down there. Down there. Okay, and then I'm going to, I expect you do this again, you end up working in this tiny little piece. Okay, so I'm just going to, oh actually, that might work. I might cut it a little bit shorter. We'll cut it about there, and we'll cut just a little bit off. Okay, so cut down here. That little edge off. Only a little bit. It does make a difference. Trimmer now. Okay, so this is the bit that is going to go here, and I have a bit of ribbon that I'm going to wrap around that, and I'm going to use some red liner tape to just hold that on the back. If I can find the end of it, there it is. So I'm just going to cut a little bit there and a little bit and stick it there, and then push it down. And with red line, you really need to push it down so that the thing is adhered, and then hopefully that makes it easier, she says. To get the backing off, I'm going to use my pokey tool. Oh, there we go. That's one bit off. And then the other bit. I always use red liner tape when I'm putting ribbon on cards. I just find it gives a really good grab quite quickly. So stick that there, wrap it round, and then stick at the other end. And then we're going to put that on with a bit of the acrylic glue. Goes on the bottom here. And then I've got a little ribbon to go up the top, which I'm going to put on with some glue gel. And I have already, excuse me for speed, I have already pre-cut some of the bits for the poinsettia. Now you can put them on flat, or you can use your bone folder, paper creaser to give them a little bit of dimension. I've got sort of a selection done in white and in the centura pearl, so you can layer them, just adds a nice little finish. So I'm going to put this on here. Oh, have I glued that? Yes, I did glue that. So a bit of glue on the back there. One, and then a bit on there. Second bit, and then a bit here. Also a bit up there. And then on my main one, I did add a little pearl, so you could add a little pearl if you want to there. And then I've got 3 more bits here. This time it's white than the pearl. I won't worry too much about curling these ones. There's one there. Oh, I am. Once I've started, I can't stop. So literally, I'm just putting the petal over and just pulling it down. This gives it a little bit of dimension. There's the other one. Down. One more. One more in there. A little bit of blue gel. And there we have it. I haven't put the pearls on like the sample, but that's pretty much what we have. So there's your stepper card, white on white stepper with that beautiful winter sorry, what's it called, white Christmas edger. Thank you.